Oh dear. I do that every morning. Yeah. Well, we are actually in our gimbal. We've got a limitation of how far we can go around. And some of you are very familiar with this scenery. But it's different than using the computer. And I'm getting used to it. I still haven't done an outside. Well, I could. We go out into the garden. There you go. Because hopefully that should keep us in contact with the modem. So everyone is used to this. But I also, obviously, that's the star attraction. Oh, it's not. Ooh, right. I do that anyway. I turn the camera around. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Right, so that's the pyramid, which is really the focus, I suppose you could say, of my life. The bigger focus is to use the pyramid for planetary healing, although I'm actually using it for my own healing, and you can see all the medicines under it and the oil I've made, etc. And so that's an ongoing process, again, in relation to getting transport, which of course would also be in relation to me doing, well, what I would call real outside, videos. So this is me living room. There's all me washing. It is very compact here. But I might as well just do, for some people who haven't, that's my Buddhist shrine. I say that because you can just see the scarf, which you get given when you take Tibetan Buddhist initiation. And there's a few other things on the altar. There's Chenrezig, Mother Mary, and a Buddhist teacher from Malaysia. And then a couple of other Buddhist teachers right on the bottom, on the right. In fact, I think there's a Karmapa, and that guy, he's, well, hello, I've got glasses on. Oh, thank you. I'll acknowledge you and then wave you off. That's nice. That's my central shrine, which I just sort of evolved and designed myself, okay. But it's got the Amitabha, I believe, correct pronunciation, Buddha on the top. I believe it's Buddha of Infinity. Then you've got White Tara in the centre. Afraid my Zoom doesn't work as yet. Still haven't got that together. And that's Chenrezig at the bottom. But then the sort of centrepiece, I'm going a bit, is two dragons. Again, so it's just my own evolved altar, if you like. That's interesting. The stone of Shiva. See the black stone? That's a genuine stone of Shiva. And quite expensive. That is imported from India. There's your tea. And there's the oil and there's water. Again, all the oil is all clustered either within the pyramid or just around the edge, because there is actually around the base of any pyramid like an aura as well, which you can say is in its field. I won't have the light on here, but it won't take a second just to quickly flash it on. Yeah, there you go. So that's dark. So maybe that's digital for you. It will still, but whack. There you go. That's like the hallway now. There, you can see the snow line of Tibet guarding the door, and that is the door, although it's cluttered up with stuff. But that's to the upper room. I may as well go in here, put a light on. This is my kitchen. very cluttered with dirt, or well, that's what it is. Yeah, it needs a major clean. That is all due to my leg. There's a batch of oil that's actually being made, but it's actually just getting a 2 hour. It's been on for 8 hours. I share this with people, maximum length. But then the next day, which this is now the next day, is put on for 2 hours just to heat it up again. And go on the control panel, and you can see the different timings now. It's actually, you've got a 1 hour, a 2 hour, a 4 hour, and an 8 hour, and that would be the one I'd use normally. But there's your temp. I'll get that in because that's good to see. The temperature gauge. Let's get that in. Now there. Oh, you can see it clearly now, the shadow. You see, that's the first thing you press. You set the temperature, and I generally set it to the third, which is in the middle. Right, and then you've got your hours. You can see them now clearly. 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, or 8 hour. And that's a clean facility. It's a very well designed product. Because you can actually clean it. You can put water in and a little bit of detergent, and it'll go on like a cleaning circle. Lights, cameras, action. That's me outside area. That's better. And that's my washroom. Again. Everywhere, admittedly, see all the cluttered rubbish. There you go. Well, I won't keep going on. But it's just through not having a car. And I was told I was getting a car. Not quite a Jaguar. And I'll turn that off because I'm going to go out into this garden. Yeah, it's good, the gimbal, but there are settings you can set the gimbal on, if you follow me, and it will actually follow. So there you go. Here's your one chair in the kitchen, right? And you can just see me eating facilities or table there, and that's a small little freezer. Go back on the magical butter, that's what it's called, but people know, but if they don't, that's the and it does this little lights thing when it's actually running now, but only on a 2 hour. I don't eat that filth. I did, but I don't eat any of those cereals now because they're not so good sugar and I'm diabetic. Whatever. That's Chenrezig, which is just my little metal statue, but a photograph of it and then blown up, and it's very well detailed. And that's my calendar. That I am intending to sell, if I can zoom in on it. Very good quality. There she is. Juicer. And costs over 350 quid. But its main thing is very powerful end motor. But more than that, see the chute. You don't have to chop up your things so much. We'll actually take a whole apple as an example. And it is more of a commercial juicer. Well, it costs 350. That's why you can get these juicers really cheap. But I wouldn't advise them if you were. But that's the sale. That's stuff that's got to go. That's a magical butter box. But underneath that, that's an original oven. And that's, again, I'll go on. Without a car, you're pretty fucked. You can't get on. Well, I couldn't get on the bus of that anyway. Meaning that I wouldn't be able to carry it. But I do use a microwave. There's quite a bit of controversial over that. But I bless my food anyway. But I do use a microwave. Some of the things I get are very handy. That's my oven. Can well recommend, if you're single, it's only, its power consumption is 1.4 kilowatt. Glass, very easy to keep clean. I generally use baker foil with it. There's one little hot point, which is quite a good one. It's controlled, but I also do have, but it's got my a Tefal rice cooker, which I just, bloody hell, come on, Graham, where you going? All over the bloody place. Yeah, there. That's the magical butter box. And then you can see that's the filter. I can just hear that. Yeah, that is your magical butter machine. It does that about every 20 minutes. That's like a cutter blade that mixes it. We're going to attempt to go outside. I've done this before, but it could cut out. Right, so that's the outdoor now. There won't be a light on in here, but it's daylight. But that's just a letter. What the fuck? Oh, it's Saturday. Yeah, I kept thinking it's Sunday. So I've had some mail, but it's only junk. It's AA, whatever, and junk leaflets. I make sure we're now going out into the garden. It looks as if it's wet. So we will abort this a bit, because this is okay, because the modem's just through the window. But yes, it's looking in the garden. Well, I've done very overgrown with ivy, but my peace resistance is this beautiful tree. It probably wasn't meant to be a tree. Yeah, that. And it is. I don't know how high it is, but it's quite high. You can see the tip. That is a tree, but you see the ivy completely all over the place. And if and when I get my money, I will get it done, but I can't do it. You know, condition my leg. On a bit of a neg, I weighed myself, and I've actually put on a bit of weight. But exercise is a problem for me. But maybe I've got to re-look at this, because although, and show that, just about get that in. There, which I'm not getting. I'm just wanting to show, it is. Again, I haven't got a zoom, it's a shame. I can try, but I won't, no. This is my slope, right? So I'm not, although it doesn't look frozen, but this is my slope. And this is what I've been on to the council about. And it's what you call a no public right of way. But it is a road, you can see it's wide enough for a car, easily to get to, and the cars do. But if there's it isn't now actually, it is safe. But if there's a deep frost, that is treacherous for me. And because that's what I'd have to do generally. You're getting the old talk now. That's my neighbour's thing, and you see the metal fence. So I get across to her side of the drive, and then I can cling onto that metal fence and quite safely get up. But it's still risky, and like I've shared, sometimes if I slip up, my leg goes dead, and I'm just on my bum in cold, damp thing. And if I'm lucky, you see that's the road and the pavement, someone can come along with a dog, the cars won't see you, and I've got to lift up. But that's rather a sour note. I've just got the response from the Department of Work and Pension, and even though it went through an MP, there's a thing actually on the news. Oh yeah, they're cluttered with people claiming, that their cases are reviewed, and I'm afraid I've just got to I'm not very confident that's going to be solved, because the gist of the letter is, I have to, again, it's all the bullshit. Although I've gone through an MP, and obviously the MP is stressing that, I'm not happy with the decision, get it? I still got to now officially reapply for it to be reviewed. There's a number, okay, an 0800 number, but I did hear on the news today, they're absolutely inundated with requests. Yes, that's it, trip, here you go, a bit of a neg, but it's what people are having to wait up to 18 months before their case is reviewed. And, well, that didn't encourage me. But I said I did this with the DLA, similar trip, you know, waited 2.5 years. So the trip is you get your claim in and that's it. So I was hoping, obviously, that there would be a positive decision. So now I'm back to my lottery winnings. That is actually coming a bit forward, but I've got a bit of hassle there. Again, here you go. I've changed banks. Well, I had to. The Nationwide Building Society was a waste of space. Didn't get the credit that I was after. And more importantly, they don't handle transfers abroad. They do, but it'd have to be bank to bank. And of course, Matty doesn't fit that catchment. You know, they only murdered Zoom and, you know, it all went French. So it's all last minute. It's not. I mean, Matty will be prepared, and so it's probably going to be a few days late, right? Because until I get my new, I'm banking with the Clydesdale Bank. So that's set up. And quote, she said I should get my card and number in a couple of days. But like with all these things, you still have to use, well, it's good. I can still, my money's in the Nationwide. So I can still use the Nationwide card right up to the last minute. So I won't be without money, but I have to tell the DWP that now instead of sending my money to Nationwide, I'm piddling about this control where it will be going to the Clydesdale. I feel good about that though. The Clyde, when I did join it originally, you know, it's the working man's, well, the boat builders. It's the Clydesdale. That I'm not even going to bother pick up. But this again, we go round the city here. This is all due to lack of not having a car. Not having a car means I shop with Amazon, right? Which a lot of people do anyway. It's a far better way, cheaper to shop. But this is just all car. I say just. It's not dirt, it's cardboard. And it's actually acting as insulation. But you can see the ivy. It's going to be a major job. It's all overgrown into this. And I have to be very careful. You see there all over the thing. Because it's grown through the glass. So it'll be quite a job to get it cleared out. You can see there was a path there and that's all overgrown. And then, like I shared, it's possibly rooted in my neighbour's garden. So there might be some kind of, we both pay half sort of thing. But the neg is, like I say, I weighed myself as well. So not having a good morning, rare. Because first I get this response. Bloody hell, that's silly. But anyway, yeah, it's only a mini dart. That's the response to the effect. Ugh. That there, I think I might as well do it to the tall grab you here. So this is the living room, as you can see. It has two, something like the mad sign. Well, not mad, rare, but my scientific ongoing research with the pyramid, because it's an important factor. It's a lot better putting it on the table than just putting it on the floor, which would just take up the same space in a sense I've lost. But I've got two tables. Yeah, you can see that. So I am going through the brain of, this is my meditation come bolt hole, sacred space come whatever here. Because you can't see there's one chair behind me, it's got lawn on it. Maximum of 2 people in here to sit. So I've just said to my brain, no, this is, all that needs to have. So that's just rubbish. I'd say just rubbish. But it's just bin liners, the same thing. I can't take them on the bus. So it is a bit of a stalemate. And of course, one can imagine, let's do all this, but that's just the stuff. And that's my black unicorn, rare. But I will do some pendulum throws. That's what I've just like, yeah. Now this is my bedroom, and it is, again, small. You know, there's no, it's all just washing and clothes, all cluttered, whatever. There, just stuff. I've got some crystals there, but that's just washing up baskets, and the drawer is full. So there maybe is a need to go through a lot of the clothes and redistribute them, yes. I probably have got, same with the bedding there, look, got too much. I've done this before, but it needs doing again. These are all just full of clothes that I don't use. I do use the socks one, but that's a whole area there. I used to have a homegrown, maybe I shouldn't say that. But the bed can actually, you can have a bigger bed, because you see the door. Just get the door. Yeah, door handle, you can see it opens inward. So that's a good thing. So the bed in theory can come wider out, and you've got this other area which you can still get in. But here, yes, you'll see all the stuff. Bottles, empty plastic bottles, which I haven't been able, and there, and they've got some, oh, that's an interesting thing, huh? That's a mobile, a mobile massage table, yeah, for healing. And it fits in the car, costs a few bob, but it's designed. That's a meditation chair, but it's no good for me at all because of my body size now, and I can't sit cross-legged at all. So that's worth a few bob. But that's just plastic bottles. Toilet, okay, exactly clean again. This stuff drops on the floor, and it is very risky for me, you know, to bend down. That's the trip. And then that's just my washing stuff. Shower's good. I've got one of these, I never use it now, but on these fancy, that costs a fancy head. See that? So the water actually goes through a spiral. And can be done, it's still got the attachment, but I do just use a normal shower head. Yes, that's black mould, although it is very well clean, but that, again, could just do a quick going over. So I do need a maid. Again, it's a bit of a downer that I haven't got this money, because I would get a cleaner in once a week, obviously, you know. But I survive. And the bed, I've got an electric blanket, under blanket. Here, those, it's just stuff. It's stuff. In other words, I've got too much stuff. But again, it's round the circle. If you haven't got a car, it's a problem. Imagine you're backing all this stuff up and you can't get on the bus. So I am waiting for the car to materialise, but I will know, that's the trip, I will know soon on the 11th of February, which will be my next payment. It might be a bit late because of the banks, get it? But that will be my final payment of £150. Then within days, I'm out of breath now. I'm meant to be going, well, it is all part of the deal, going for a proper detox, supervised, you know, with nurses and shit and people to keep eye on me, and perhaps I do need some exercise. Well, you know, I'm out of breath now. I have got a heart condition as well. So obviously every exercise, but they would take all that into account. But I know myself, oh no, I couldn't go with the way my leg is now. There's no way I'll do a front view, for God's sake. Last 10 minutes. Yeah, there's no way I could do running. I even had one of these running things, but I sold it, and it was in the kitchen. Imagine how much space, but it's a collapsible one. But I'm sure Obviously, once I got to a professionally run detox centre overseen by doctors, they would bear all these considerations into effect. You know, that I've got a bad heart and that the leg is jiggered and that exercise could be a bit of an issue, but I'm sure we'll get round it. Because I've actually put on half a stone. I mean, I was a beast before, but, you know, it's a bit of a downer because I have been on a strict diet myself, but it's probably the lack of the exercise. And, I need to get some more of one of the herbal remedies, which is the one that's known to be good for diabetes, right? So what I am taking is brilliant, and it's brilliant for depression. Anyone can see how my mood has been shifted, because I wasn't, and I'm probably going to go into a bit of a downer. But I'm not. I'm going to still reapply for my mobility. It's only a phone number away. But one did think that if I've got an MP on one's case, but no, that's it. The trip is they're inundated with people appealing against their decision. And on that note, I am serious, but it's whether people in my local area want. A friend of mine, Ian Strange, I don't know where he's got it from, but he's got a picture, well, I can find it out, of this big poster, and it's a big one, a big backdrop poster, right? And it's got pictures of people that have committed suicide through not getting PIPs. Right, now that's quite powerful stuff, because some of them are photographs, and they're young men and women, they're not old gits like me, right? And little bits of poetry. Some, I think, has even got quotes of their suicide letter. And basically, it's a classic trip. They are apologising to the world. I'm very sorry I've been a waster, and because of my illness I couldn't work. Because of my illness I can't do my garden, which is common, actually. And that's me. And basically apologising for being alive, because of the stigma that's projected onto them. But then the trip, karma, they all get their karma. So that's the PIPs people. The people that have been wrongly, unjustly judging people's benefit claims, right? They get their karma. They might not get instant, they might not drop down dead, but I do think it's time for some of us to speak out. Get it? So it's not just a personal trip that I now have been with you. I've only got the letter today, the email, but it's the bigger issue that people are committing suicide and it needs reviewing. And I've come up with this idea of a brilliant track and musician, because it'd be so brilliant. I just envisaged that, we get a demo together. It could be outside the PIPS offices. There you go. If there's enough of us that respond and we get a coach and make a good day out, whatever, big publicity stunt, that's what we want, right? And we have this massive backdrop, which has got all the pictures of the people that have committed suicide. But then we don't just stand there like a load of wallies. We have fucking hire a PA and we blast the fuckers, right? With Edgar Broughton band, out, demons, out. Because that's how I see them, myself. Yeah, the PIPs people are fucking demonic shit. Because anybody who can actually do what they're doing, making decisions and depriving people of their benefits, because they do get a financial backhander, just as it was with the DLA, right? I think it's time that some of us do. Probably won't be a lot. I mean, I'm wheelchair bound. It's not going to be, well, I will need a wheelchair, so that's that. I couldn't go anywhere like that and where I've got to walk any distance. But yes, I mean, but that's part of the effect, isn't it? That's it. It's a demonstration of the level of disabilities, because to me, it's very much physical. You know, blood clot in my leg, heart condition. And I've got that in black and white, but I will have to get it again. It's a stereotype, Chip. We'll need to go to your doctors again, rat. But, you know, I'm just saddened because they couldn't and didn't review it now, because there's enough evidence in my... I know all these other people feel the same. I've got more than enough evidence for you to be able to make an informed decision, but they're just blowing it out. But the tip is, of shit, go rip it. You've got to phone up and personally request that you want to reappeal. Same Chip, it's all, you know, you don't appeal with a mum and all this crap. So they've tied it all up. And then, and again, that's why most people just give up. Because you generally tell, oh, you can appeal against this, but you've got a month, right? And if we're suffering from mood swings, we might be really getting it low and low, so I won't bother. And then we come out of our mood swings and think, fuck me, the cunts are ripping me off. You know, you get a bit animated. Again, they've taken advantage of all of that. All this. There should be no time restrictions. And here's my answer to the problem. In a nutshell, it shouldn't be some motherfuck cunt, although they claim they have doctors and that, rare, but social worker cunt idiots, yeah. It should purely be on a doctor's evidence. And here's the trip. The doctor should be able to examine you, which they do, and fill in a little chit, and from that day on, you are entitled to the benefit. Although it would take them months to process it, but you would know. Because basically they're saying, yes, this person is eligible for maximum mobility, right, as an example, and tick a few boxes and can put the conditions. You know, maybe they don't say they're a doctor. They don't have to fill a fucking, you know, well, he's got hydrocombia of the right lung and all this bollocks. Although they can do that, it's a separate thing. But the form itself, then that is sent to the Department of Work and Pensions, or whatever body. I'm being sarcastic now, so you might find the fucking lot of them are scrapped. The whole thing. Department of Work and Pensions, and the bitch that was ahead of that. Right, but just conjecturing, rare, that then the doctor sends that shit, and you know, oh, I've got my benefit. And you, in theory, could go and get a car, might not be a Jaguar, and just say, because you say, oh, it's been awarded, but they're just going to take a few months to do it, right? And obviously they will trust you and sign a thing, you know. So you've been awarded the benefit, but it's got to be processed. But they've got the proof you've got it, and so they know in a few months' time it'll come, well, there you go, rare, you know, fucking useless cunt social workers. But anyway, rare, a bit of a digging. And in 3 or 4 months, the money will be paid and you pay them it back. So it's backdated, that's the trip. From the day that shit goes in, where the doctor, they can even do some number, it's got to be done by 2 doctors, whatever. No bollocks. No doctor's going to fucking underrate another doctor. So he goes, here, mate, can you sign this? Counter-sign it, get it? Whatever. But then from that date, you have got your mobility allowance. You can go and get your car. And it's just a matter of these cunts getting their heads out their arse. Oh, yeah. Like a rat. What are they doing? Right. This is the news today. Read it? Main news. Department of Work and Pension, quote, are 18 months behind in processing people. So that's where I'm fucked. See, I come in with that. Processing their appeals. 1.5 years behind. But the trip is, if it's done my way, I did it my way, we wouldn't have any of this cunt shit. It's obvious, isn't it? You'd be awarded it, and then they'd have to get a few more cunts in, as long as they can justify they're not lazy cunts and haven't been doing their job. Rare, right? Because anything can be assessed. Well, how long does it take you to process this? You've got the fucking chip from, well, that's my chip, right? You've got the chip from the doctor, so it's a clear-cut case. They've won the benefit, they're entitled to it, and then you've just got to work out the final details. You know, where's it sent to, how much? Well, they know how much it is. It's just a matter of allocating. It's all paid, get it to your bank. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, I think that, what's the fucking hold up? Not unless it's thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And if it is, then these cunts should be sacked. It's as simple as that. If there are thousands upon thousands of people waiting to get their legally awarded benefit, right? I mean, this is now, let alone this idea of mine that doctors should be allowed to just do it there and then you don't have to wait for these cunts to finally sort it. Oh, well, I suppose, yeah, he's got his leg hanging on. You get me? It shouldn't have to be reassessed. Who knows you better? I'm having to go to your own fucking doctor. That's another trip, not some cunt. Yeah. Who knows you the best? Your own doctor. It's Saint Croissant. Your doctor knows your past, knows everything, knows that you've got worth. In my case, a blood clot, right, and a heart condition, right? Classic. And yet, well, I've just told you, just reappeared. And now, well, I haven't said no. Well, it is no, but I've got to officially request, knowing that there's this a year and a half backlog. Right. When really, in my mind, the system could all be revamped, sacked a lot of these cunts, and it's a matter of your doctors, certifying that you are entitled for this benefit, and that's it. And you're awarded it, get it on the day the doctors make that decision, and it's backdated then, get it? Same chip, well, they take 3 months to process it. Right, but you actually have got it. And if you've got a decent garage that will trust you, well, they are telling you, well, not trusting you, but, well, they are in a sense, but you can sign a form. I hereby state that when I get my mobility allowance, as of from such and such a date, which is when you get in the car, get it, I will pay back Mr. Clark, because that is one of the best, the Arnold Clark, right? And that's the trip. Not your fault you've got a bunch of cunts. Yeah, it's not your fault that there's a bunch of idiot cunts, bureaucrats, who somehow have got this backlog. Yeah. Well, then all they've got to do is hire a few more cunts, overseen by the government. They wouldn't be able to pull a fast one there. Yeah, all these office jobs like that, they're all time fucking thing. They know it. You get me? In their attempts to be efficient, it's already measured. So we go round the circle. See, here's our trip, what we campaign for. Other people can have their 10 penny worth in. Simple trip is, doctors, your own doctors, should have the authority and the means, and obviously they have, to assess your medical condition. And on their say, the benefits awarded you, and you take that certificate, get it, or send it to the DWP or whatever they're going to be called, because I think they're in for a shock, cunts. And you will be able to take your certificate to your car dealer, who will give you a car. That's it. You need a car. Might not be a Jaguar. And you shouldn't have to wait 3 months because of incompetent bureaucratic cunt shit. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Yeah. And then, because what's going on is the opposite. That's it. You go to the DWP or whatever the fuck, right? then they go to your doctor. Get it? And then it goes back to them. Shouldn't need to do that. That's right, this mantra is your own fucking doctor knows you far better than some cunt who's just looking at a form. Doesn't know your history. Although with my case they did. Again, that's just my case. I had a complete fucking breakdown. I had all the fucking evidence you could want, going back years. Big printout. And still the cunts refused it. That's just my case. So I had it all. Everything, all the tests I've fucking had, when I was diagnosed with atrial fibrillation, rare. My blood clot goes back nearly 2 months. Sorry. Freudian slip. Goes back 1 year and 10 months. So it's backdated, in my mind. There's your trip. That's what my case was. Not only am I entitled to it, but it shouldn't be backdated 1 year and 10 months. Well, that's why it's got blown out. Bit of a publicity fucker there. But if it was done by our own doctors, and it's not a big deal, it'd just be like a little chit that they tick, you know. And it can have the various levels of mobility then. You can be explained to them. Oh no, he's entitled to maximum mobility. There you go. You tick that box. He is, that's it. Then you wouldn't have to worry. There's no bollocks of going through appeals and shit. That's it. End of fucking story. And these cunts are put in the place they are. They're just fucking pen-pushing cunts, get it? But they've become a bit of a power trip. And there's backhanders, corruption involved with it. Yeah. They get some kind of commission for all those they successfully refuse their benefits. I said that wrong. So the more people they successfully get to give up, that's it, to give up on their application, they get a backhander. So that's why we refused, like with DLA, right? It's classic. Whatever you had to make, we made a joke. You go in there with your fucking leg hanging off. The cunts would still to say, nah, sorry. And you've got to appeal. And at that juncture, many people gave up. And they know this statistically. But these are people that had low self-appeal, the exact people who've gone in a circle who are killing themselves. Because they've come to the end of the road. They've come to scenario, well, I don't want to keep on living like this. Get it? This isn't life. Get it? Having to scrape and scrimp, borrow from your friends, get it? And all the time we should have been having more benefit to live off, but it's been denied by these bureaucratic cunt idiots that should all be sacked. Yeah. So I will end by saying I'm very interested to be part of any campaign to do with people who are killing themselves because they haven't been awarded benefits. Get it? And there's a big poster and it'll be growing. Just as my own personal thing, because to me it's in a nutshell. And we just get permission, they're not going to say, from Edgar Broughton Band. And I posted it actually on them. You can see it. Very famous track, Out, Demons Out. And you can get a video version of it on YouTube, which is what I did, although many people might not bother to see it. It's a YouTube, and then you get a click on Facebook to, link into YouTube. Not many people can do that. But it was a video recorded at a big festival in London, Hyde Park, and I'd estimate about 25,000 people are all chanting, out, demons, out, out. Oh, it's such a brilliant chant. And then Edgar Broughton starts it. Right, in the name of, he's got a really deep voice, in the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit. It is like a religious rite, get it? We're casting out demons. Well, I know. I do deliverance ministry. That is what we're doing. Can't harm anybody. So we could go outside the Pips fucking offices. Not going to harm a cunt. But anyone that is being used by demonic forces, and I think there's a fucking large section of them, yeah, they will be affected. But other than that, normal, good living people won't do a fucking thing to them. Just like if you call down the blood of Jesus Christ. Same analogy. It won't harm any innocent person. Get it? You call down the power of the blood of Jesus Christ. This is a deliverance ministry technique. Get it? It's religious. In the name of the Father, in the name of... That's Edgar Broughton, yeah. He's acting like a priest. And then the congregation. Get it? Out! Demons out! Stand out! Demons out! And it just rises and rises. And you've got the power and the energy. Same Tripsy I'm into. Anything like that, like a ritual, like something that's being done, Hyde Park, the energy from that is far more, how can I put it? Well, yeah, because it's an event. You're capturing the energy of the event. The video is. So it's more than just, you could have 20,000, we couldn't, in a recording studio, get it? That'd still be powerful. But this is something else. This is people at a Hyde Park concert. And many people were influenced by that. Could be a load of people who are atheistic cunt shit. But they would have been, that's it. They are the ones that are demonised, get it? Atheists. So they wouldn't be joining in, do know, but the cunts that are will be casting the demons out of that shit. Red. And imagine, again, if it's done outside the Pips offices, you have to get permission, but it's easy done. And I don't even know where the fuck the cunts are, but wherever it is, it wouldn't take a lot of us. It could just be a bus load of us, 30 folk on a bus who are that dedicated and feel strong about it. Be a great social event out. Oh, you'll come back as high as fucking kites. I'll tell you that now. You're participating in a mass deliverance of evil. So you might not believe in this now. Fucking come if it happens. And you'll see where I'm talking a lot of cunt shit. Fucking brilliant. Out! And you can shout, get all your pent-up anger out. Literally yourself. Out! Fucking, put your own... I'd put in added bit. Fucking Pips shit out! Fucking Pips shit out! Your own little cyber chorus, if you get me. So there's, out! Demons out! Pips cunt shit out! Demons out! Pips cunt shit! Oh, you're getting it out. Your own anger. Very therapeutic. And any cunt idiot therapist will say, well, if you've got anger, yeah, go and kick a pillar. Or you get angry, go and fucking chant out demons out, because you're aiming at these people. Intention. Pips shit out! Pips shit out! We can have little variations on a theme. It's the same mantra. It's the same way of doing it, but we can ad-lib, Pips shit out! Out! Demons out! Right. See, I'm enjoying doing this. This is good for me. And all these videos are good for me. This is me psychoanalyzing myself. Well, look, Graham, I know you've just been fucked over for your own Pips. Rare, nothing but any cunt depressed. Rare, but you got your 800 number. Rare. And you knew at the back of your mind these cunts are going to draw it out. And free, they're fucked. It's on the main news. They're inundated with appeals. And it is quoted 18 months people are having to wait. That's it. It's not, you don't get on a trip about it. If you King Kong cunt and got 10 MPs, get it? You're still going to have to wait 18 months because they're fucked. They're inundated. And that says a lot. Well, the media's already picked up on it. Well, how come these cunts are having to wait 18 months? Well, I hope it's backdated. Yeah. That's all right. You just take your time. As long as we know we're going to get every single fucking penny. So you just take your time, you cunts. Because we give each other moral support. Well, because I will go round in a circle. I had to wait 2.5 years for my GLA. But the blessing was I had it all backdated, and that was a few £1,000, and that's how I set up Shamanic Studios. Get it? A therapeutic recording studio run by someone who can offer active peer support, not some cunt idiot social worker that's never had an actual diagnosable psychiatric condition. And that includes psychiatrists. They're about as worth as a pile of shit if they haven't actually had experience of psychosis. They can just give you a label. Oh, you're schizophrenic, dyslexic, whatever, cunt brain, waster, and that's it. That's about their use. They can't counsel you. It's a fucking joke. The cunt I had. Woods. Oh, yeah, it's all name time now. Cunt got removed. But I had to have this cunt idiot as my therapist. And he'd obviously been like this for years, drugged up the fuck, and he got put into, guess what, care of geriatrics. People who had no hope of really recovering. You get it? And it's just a waster job for a waster doctor. Oh, I did. I came out of the office, quote, again, I'm not seeing that cunt again. He's drugged up to the fucking eyeballs, and I know how to do it. I'll just go to another GP, because that's the trip. Psychiatrists were connected with certain GPs. So if you wanted to change your psychiatrist, you just changed your GP. But I let the cunt know. Oh, yeah, even though he was drugged up the fuck. You know, you've been sussed, you cunt. And all the staff could see it as well. We'd have this group session where everybody involved with your care, social workers, the fucking lot, right, would come in, and any cunt idiot at 6 could see this doctor was drugged out his fucking head. So I don't know how many months it went on. His name was Wood. People who know who had him as well. Right, well, you've got nothing to be guilty about. You had a cunt idiot, drugged up cunt idiot as your doctor. And all that cunt idiot would do was give you more drugs. Get it? That's what I didn't like. I knew I dreaded it. Oh, I'm not happy with it. And I knew it's just going to give me some more drugs, and that is it. Cunt. Yeah, people like that need striking off. That's it. We need to stand up for our rights. We've been treated like shit for so long. Get it? You know, he's just a thick as shit, mentally ill fucker, you know, waster, that's it. And so they treat you like shit until you say, I'm not a piece of shit, you ignorant cunts. You're the fucking shit that you make your living out of so-called advising people for their mental health when you're more fucked up than the people you're supposed to be helping. Yeah, and that's a fact. I think I've had my 10 pennyworth. It's still gone because I'm right near the mode when I get a sign. Thank you very much for those. Oh, no one's come in. Well, for God's sake, Graham, it's only 9:45 on a Sunday morning. None of the people I know be even out of fucking bed on a Sunday. it is a nice time to lay in. But when you do get to see this, rare, I'm serious, yeah. Anyone interested? We can meet online or whatever to start organising, again, an event against the PIP service. Now, it could be anything. You know, we could get this placard. Well, we don't just have to have Out Demons Out. That's it. Yeah. Anyone else got a brilliant thing that can be chanted, audience participation, get it, that's known? Fucking right, bring it on. So just have Edgar Broughton on for a bit. Some other cunts are on for a bit. And I think a few bands are now who are sympathetic to mental health. This has fed a few chips into their brain. Well, why don't we do a version of Out Demons Out? No. Yes, whatever. But, yeah. And it'd be great. Oh, I know. Oh, brilliant band. Everyday Life. Now, they're aware of mental health issues. Yeah. So it wouldn't be quite Edgar Broughton, but something different. But something we can sing along to. Get it? So we're not just sat there with fucking tape music going, we are actively getting our therapeutic lust out. Wrong word, but yeah. We are doing it. And there's a band there, P&P, we're there, but we're doing it. Audience participation. Be far more effective than just playing a record and, standing there with your little, right now, we want some a bit of welly. And on that note, I am going to finish.